Go ahead and send old Dusty off there now. Now, if we're using a whip, we don't do a bunch of pointing. Everything comes off the whip. Now step forward and drive the shoulders. Step forward and drive her shoulders away. There. Now herd her along with the position of the whip. Horizontal to the ground, parallel to the horse. Hold it a little more like a different grip. Yes. Just herd her along. So right there where she started to quit, the pressure would go towards her ribs. When she faces, the pressure goes towards the shoulder. Okay? So now as she's traveling along, you can just present it to her hinds now. And then tap, tap, step left, catch the eye, tap, make a gap. There. And draw. Step to your right as you come. There. So if you, there, see how you step off to a little bit of an arc shape? Yeah. Draw in an arc shape is because it helps bring her front end, cracks the front end loose to step sideways as opposed to trying to walk straight forward. So then just present the whip to her shoulders and walk straight and just send her off to your left again. There. All right. And then right there, just present to the ribs. Let her get past me here, and then present to the hinds, step towards the hinds, and then there it is, there it is. Any sign that you see, there. You like that? That was pretty. The other way, step to this side and send those shoulders away. Hold that whip properly. Hold that whip properly. Yes, yeah. At the ribs, forward, and forward she goes. And then when you're ready, whenever you think you're ready, just present to the hinds, step, there it is, there it is. We should have filmed those first couple sessions because, man, that was pretty. Send her. And then when you think you're ready, just go ahead and present it down there. But right there even, see what, I like that she's wanting to come. Yeah. But next time, let's make sure she's coming because we've instructed her to come. Okay. Okay. But I like that she's trying to bring her eye into us a little bit. Now go ahead and present, see what happens. Present, tap, tap, step to your right a little, make a gap. There. And nice. Whew, I like it. We should have filmed that first. So now that we got her kind of coming left and right, I can present to her shoulder, push her along, and then I can start to say, go ahead and pick up the pace, and I'll kind of lean into her with the whip, kind of put a little energy. And if she fails to pick up the pace, then I'll give her a verbal double smooch, and then I'll wave the stick at her, maybe even sting her a little bit. So I'll just kind of lean in with the whip. If she doesn't want to pick up the energy, if that doesn't work, then I'll kind of push. Now she feels I'm kind of being a little bit assertive towards her, then I can start to back off a little. There. Good. So pretty soon she'll feel me kind of lean in on her. There. I got a little more of assertive posture, then I can back off a little. Good. Good. Pretty soon I'll just kind of lean in on her. There, see? I never had to give her the verbal. Then I can present to the hinds, step to the right, draw her to me. Good. Very good. So what we want her to start to feel for and respond to is the rise and fall of energy. So I'll send her shoulders first. If I lean in on her, if she fails, there, she heard the verbal. I'll send her along with assertive energy. I can back off. I can ask for the hit. Draw the eye. Change directions. Tap the shoulder. Yep. I can lean in on her. Down. I can lean in on her. Ask for the hit. Draw the eye. Change directions properly. So is your energy up? Is it? Okay. Just make sure it's obvious to her that you're leaning in or easing off. Get what you're looking for. There, Kenzie. Beautiful. Make a gate post. Make a gate post. There. Gate post. Gate post. Stand still. Now let her go through. And then on that deal there, I'd trade hands and just kind of reach out with the other hand. So your question was what now?
So when we go to send her shoulders off
to your left,
obviously I want her facing in, facing in to turn. But if she goes into the pressure and goes into the fence, and of course we get the end result without that middle piece looking like we want. How do you react?
Okay, put this idea in your head.
Okay.
There is power in posture, position, and timing.
Okay.
So no sense asking her to go to your left if you are not in a good position to ask.
Okay.
So if you're going to ask her to go to your left, I probably would not ask her from that far away, because I just kind of opened the gap there for her to go left or right.
Right.
I would probably start stepping towards her and then start presenting the whip to this side to drive her away.
So more setting her up.
So go ahead and hold your whip properly. That worked already, didn't it? You're welcome. So make yourself a gate post. If she goes through the gate, then she gets tapped. But she can't be a moving target.
Right.
And on that, if I'm asking for if I'm asking for that hip, I don't stop asking. Right. So if she went through the gate, it was just a little more on the skittish side. I usually give a horse 3 strides to fix themselves. Okay. So if she turns back, then step up and correct her. And you'll see that what they'll do is they'll think about turning back and then they'll stop. Then just let her travel for a minute. I don't remember which one was the bad side for this horse, but now just kind of present that down to her hind foot. See if she wants to bring her eye into you. Tap, 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 tap the ground a little harder. Correct the direction now at the shoulder. Don't stick your arm out. And then tap, tap for the ground again. Remember, we're going for the hip, and then correct her. And then tap, tap to the ground. Make your little gap. Make your little corrector for shooting the gap. There you go. Tap, tap. Make your little gap. Fence post. There. Tap, tap. Make a little gap. Make a little gap. Corrector for going through the gap. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Make a gap. There.
Stay put.
Go ahead. Tap, tap. Make a gap. Tap, tap. Make a fence post. Correct her for going through. Go right back to asking her again. Make a little tighter gap this time. There. And you watch, pretty soon she'll change her mind about, should I go through there or should I not? Are you touching her?
No.
Get a little closer then. Make sure you can touch her. Make a gap. Touch her. Don't worry about it. And now correct her. Get in there. Come on. Tap, tap. Make a gap. Touch her. Do it again. And now correct her. Come on, sting her. Tap, tap. Make a gap. Make a gap. Tap, tap, make a gap. Did she try right there? Tap, tap, make tighter gap. Tighter gap. Touch her. Tighter gap. Tighter, tighter. Lock yourself down. Touch her. So as soon as she moves out, I just let her feel she's being herded along here. I'm pushing her. She's being pushed. Then I say, I'm asking for your hip, and I'm asking for your eye. I'm going to cut you off here. I'm going to touch it. Then I go right back to asking for her hip. I'm going to cut you off a little bit here. I'm going to touch it. I'm asking for your hip. I'm going to cut you off a little bit right here. I'm asking for your hip. I'm going to cut you off a little bit right here. She has to make a decision. See how she thought about it there for a second? What? This time, correct her for doing that. Tap, tap. Cut her off. Correct her for changing directions. Tap, 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 tap. Make a... So she thought twice about it there. Let her change direction. Correct her for doing it. Tap, tap. Make a gap. Correct her. Tap, 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 tap. Make a gap. Correct her. Tap, tap. Ask for the hip. Watch for the eye. Make a gap. See if there's a try. Correct. Tap, tap. Make a gap. Correct her. Tap, tap. Make a gap. Watch for the eye to try. Now correct her. Tap, tap. Make a gap. Tighten it up. Touch. There. Good. Good. Very good. Very good. Right here. Ask for just the hip. Draw the eye. Ask for the hip. Watch for the eye to try. If she goes past you, I'll just touch her. Tap, 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 tap. Make a gap. Watch for the try. Good. Good. Very good. Good. So what I want her watching for is presentation. Very good. Present. Draw the eye. Present. If she shoots the gap, watch for the eye to try. She wants to go through. She gets the same. Good. She gets the same correction every time. Very good. Very good. I don't turn my back to her. Present this. There. That's what we're looking for, right there. Simple presentation of the whip. Hip away, eye in. Hip away, eye in. Very good. Very good. Okay. Get her away, drive her forward. Let's get a lap out of her. Don't wave it up and down, wave it at her. And at her shoulder now. There. Push. And push. Shoulder. Ah, you're a little bit out of position. Don't get too far in front of her. Be from behind going forward. Forward, forward. You forward. You forward. With her. Don't get in front of her shoulder, see? Don't get in front of her shoulder. Drive her. Step up there. Drive. Drive. Push. Stay from behind. Step up to her a little closer. There, and push. There. That's a better angle you have going on now. Step up to her a little more. There. There, let her get past me here. Push. Push. Now present that to her hind foot, see what she wants to do. Tap, tap. Step to your left a hair. Step to your left a hair. Tap, 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 tap harder. Step to your left. Watch for the try. Correct her. Try it again. Right to the hinds. Watch for the try. Step left. Tap, tap. Step left. Make a gap. There. There we come. There we go. Good. Well, I'd work that same direction until it looked pretty good. So now she's had a minute to think about it. Just send her at the shoulder. Tap, tap at the shoulder. There. Now herd her along at the ribs. Good. Hell, right there. Good. Center shoulder. Nice. And now ask for her hip there. See if that eye wants to come in. Tap, tap. There. I love it.
It's always neat to watch these more skittish ones just all of a sudden get
shoulders. Okay, and push her along. Now she's wanting to come in, see? Isn't that nice? Go ahead and present that to her hind. See if she wants to fold in on you. Watch that. There! Makes me happy. Happy, happy. There. Did you just kind of smooch to her when you walked up there?
It wasn't more so, I don't know, I make sounds with my mouth.
Forward. Forward you go. Keep her going. See how she's wanting to come now?
Yeah.
Now present to the hind. See if she's, looky there, right there, right there. So as soon as you started to present it, see how she wanted to come in here?
Yeah.
I love it. See what you got. At the shoulder first, hold the whip properly. At the step in there, position first. Remember that. Make sure you're prepared and you're in the proper position before you ask.
Right.
Forward you go. Forward. Just keep her going forward. There. Kind of stay a little more behind her because she kind of feels like you're going to creep up in front of her shoulder there, see? Drive the shoulder. Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Push her out there. There, now we're traveling. Pushy, pushy. There, now she's thinking about it. Just herd her forward for a bit. And when she comes to you like that, you make sure you step forward a little bit, Kenzie. Because when she looked, you backed off a little bit. And that
Trying to step behind her.
well, yeah, but step forward as you do that. Because when you stepped back and then behind her, you kind of drew her front to you. So step forward right there. Not in front of her, though.
Go forward towards her.
Yeah, well, just make sure you're putting energy into her to drive her back where she belongs, but just don't back away. So as she travels now, and then whenever you think you're ready, just present that to her hind, see what her eye wants to do. And then tap, tap, watch for the eye.
There, I need to make her let.
Yeah, but let her commit to getting turned clear back. There. And then present. There. There. So that made a little more sense to her. She goes, oh, I guess I should come in this way because everything got quiet when I did.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoulder. Out and around. Forward. Just herd her forward for a ways now. Get her past that gate over there. Drive, drive. And now present that to her hind. See if the eye wants to come in. Tap. There. There. I liked it. There. Now, we have a horse. She's wanting to come to us now. But now we want to start seeing if we can help her with speed transition. So I'm going to feel my energy come up and push. And feel my energy come down and slow. Feel my energy come up. If she fails, double smooch. If that didn't work, I'd have waved the flag at her and then ease back. Good. And I want her to start to feel like I just leaned into her. Good. and then eased off of her. Good. Forward, opponent. Then tap the ground. Let her commit to the. Let her commit to turning back. Tap the ground. Draw her up. Very good. Drive her off this way. Lean into her. Shoulder. Ease off. Push. Lean in. Ease off. Hit. Draw the eye. Love on her for them. Very good. She's got a scabby mark there and it's kind of sore, I think.
Yeah, it looked like she had some bug bites on that side of her neck.
Yeah, here you go. To the other side. And then send her off again. Good. Now reach out there with your whip and send her off. Shoulder, 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 shoulder. Come on. Touch, touch, touch. And push. Now let her get a lap out of you here. When she gets back over to that spot, ask her again. That's a familiar spot right there. Tap, tap. There. There. Ask again. Tap, tap. Watch. There. There. Okay. Try to get her to present that right eye to your right shoulder. So if you have to, as she's approaching, just reach out there with that whip and just say, no, crowd yourself over to my right here a little bit. She goes at the shoulder, and then herd, and then ask for her hip. Watch for the eye, and here it comes. There you go. How'd that feel, Kenzie? Pretty cool, huh? I liked it. Nice. Push along. Ask for a hip. Oh yeah. And then drift right. There. See how that arcing shape kind of makes those front feet kind of come to you a little better.